Here's 2nd and 6. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Darnell Savage up from the secondary to make the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll put Addison in motion. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. That's a game of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. That one on target to Moore. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line, and that'll set up 2nd and goal. No gain on the play. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Woods.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Vikings have got it.
We hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Handoff here, up the middle, and Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range, but for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds. And the Bears are going to take over once again, this time at their own 8-yard line.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
In motion, that's the tight end, Granson. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
Williams to throw on second down. And that ball incomplete.
So a really interesting strategy here, Mike. So on first and second down, they decide to put the ball in the air, and they both result in incompletion. So now it brings up third down and long, real deep inside your own territory. At the very least, you're trying to give yourself some breathing room if you're unable to pick up this first down.
Third and long. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. A tough spot here. Third and long. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts. Third and 14. First and 10. Throw it again. It's Williams. Pass is caught. It's Tyler Scott. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the give. Here's Swift. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll go play action here with Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. To our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike, they identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll run. It's Swift. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Here comes 3rd and 6. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On third down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Whoa. Inside the 35. Yeah. And he's going to go all the way. An electrifying run. 70 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
A play fake, and they're on him in a crash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Williams now to throw. Throw across his body is complete. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. Now Williams. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
I think the defender thought he had himself a pick here, Mike. He saw that curl coming the entire way, but unfortunately for him, it was a curl and go. They took him deep. Leads to a huge pickup.
What can they do here? This is third and forever. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He lets this one go. Looking for Scott.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. First and 10 now from the 36. Drive will start on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. McCarthy to the air on second down. That one caught by the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. That's to the right side and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Room to run at the 35. And he's going to be taken down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Up the middle they go. There he goes. Inside the 30. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. McCarthy now to throw on first and 10. Taking off. And he will get into the end zone. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown Vikings. The defense comes comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On first down, it's Swift. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll get this out wide. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. To the sideline, he's got Moore. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's 3rd and 2. Here's Williams. That'll be taken in by Moore. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Moore going in motion. Williams to the air once more. A throw right side is intercepted. He gets 3. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Minnesota. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick six for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick six.
Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Moore going in motion. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Vikings 21, Bears 3.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Williams on the RPO, going to get it out to Odunze. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. This is intercepted. Picked off by Zion McCollum. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick six of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick six, but to get 2 pick sixes in the same game, this defense is on fire.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Swift. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That one complete to Moore. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. On 3rd and 2, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
That's taken in, and he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the 3rd quarter, they convert on 4th down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
That's caught left side by Odunze. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throw it again. It's Williams. That's complete. Some more on the right side. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Williams going to keep it on the zone read.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Here's a 3rd down and 4. The open man is the tight end, Granson. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the 1st half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the 2nd half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going for the air.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now This defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. Throwing again, Williams. That is caught side of the end zone. Throw, Otunze. Touchdown, Bears.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Josh Metellus.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you can see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. A gain of 24 through the air. 1st down, Minnesota.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. On play action, here's McCarthy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead. despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Williams to throw on 2nd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
And the Bears' 1st down.
Now Swift. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down there.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's to Odunze again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. A pass taken in by Johnson. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He is in. Tyler Scott, touchdown Chicago. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Next to score, Vikings 28, Bears 16. Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
First and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Right back to him on first down. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
The tackle by Galen Johnson. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Second down and 8. They'll put Addison in motion. Throwing on second down is McCarthy. He's going to keep it himself. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's first and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get this down to the 40. It's a nice run. And it's also first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll stay on the ground.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. They'll stick with him again. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
To the air on third down is McCarthy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up second and goal.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and None of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
On second down, they're going to run the option here to the right. And he will do it himself. He's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. Man, this has been a really impressive performance.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now Williams going to keep it himself. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. Broke Odunze, the one he was looking for. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. They're going for it. Here's Williams. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Metellus. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
A quick toss into the hands of Addison.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here's 2nd and 2. Play action now. It's McCarthy. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case, kind of dodges a bullet as this one goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Third and goal. He's going to try to do this himself. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. But a fortunate bounce, he got it right back. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. This pass is caught by Scott. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. On 2nd down. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Zion McCullough.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So a win here for the Vikings. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them lacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it, to just go.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't, lil' bruh. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating, lil' daddy, LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Nobu, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the tell the road, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Blink of my VIP. Snack of my. Won't break, won't miss. Rich took his check out. We talking start like ball hype. Pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. So my daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike, I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl, she musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. These women love me, bro, they tryna me. That's the wrong way, me. Back your buddy, if he get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me, I can turn auntie into a. I'm in the S5 facing cuffy, cause I can't name that guy but me, dummy. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 I got it.
She does it well, oh yeah. I do it myself, oh Like ice cream on Shanty, playing in AMG. Let it rain on me. On my head, boys, I'm on my knees like that. Lord, please pray for me. Save your grace for me.
Say, boy, what you want? Get that, get that, get that. Shoot in my mouth, shoot in my and one. Okay, on the real, I'ma take his soul. I'ma take him from his. On the real, I think he knows.
I think he knows. When I play with him like that, I think he knows. When I save him like that, he's wrapped around my pinky finger, watching the way I move. More power than on, and he knows it's true. When I play with him like that, when I play with him like that, play with him like that, that he's coming right back.
That's how I be happening. Just for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get crackin', put them in the. Can't forget the yellow brother near. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weeks since. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud. Put it down for them. Come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian. Crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest. Big time. Like New Orleans. Real shine. Like Magnolia. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Huh? Where they at? Money growing on trees, hanging on palms, spilling, code 304. She don't want a 16, renegade on a make it. Buy a trees, no love. I'm asleep with my Porsche 911, slide through the section. Gotta show my homies I'm on now. Both souls on the ground, never sold out. What you know about this? No glitz and glamour. Under my polo pajamas, face getting ran. Gotta watch for the cameras before you get freaky. Can't with no random these. The sneaky, if police come action, then you never see me. The ghetto will trap you, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like New Orleans, real shine. Like the Magnolia. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Huh? Where they at?
Oh, we need nobody else but God. That's all we need, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody else is sour, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, family, turn your back on you, everything, you know what I'm talking about? But you know one day, you got a soldier like me, I'm gonna stay solid, baby, to the bone, so you know me. You understand what I'm saying? Off the top. Yeah.
I don't need your flowers, I'm living. First time I seen $1 million, I squinted. Broke me a pack to help me hustle. Came a long way from the project buildings. That's where Granny went when she left Louisiana, trying to dodge Jim Crow. But you can't escape the master stained glass windows. Get my vision from the past. I'm probably finna go to hell, but it don't matter. Seeing heaven